which one I wanted to do. I have two verses. So I'm going to let it be interactive. And I just want to hear you guys real quick. You want to hear a story or like a love jam?
Story! Story!
People decide. All right. It's called Clarity. He reeks of old tobacco vapor, sifting lonely stacks of paper. Throwing back Coke and Jack, he takes a toke to mask the flavor. His throat is gagged by notes of sadness, holding back his anger as he throws a pad of notes he had, now broken grants and prayers. Denied funding for his research, he postpones his plans to save Earth. But physics is a mistress who needs no man as a savior. Plus, she owes no man a favor. But we'll go to that one later. This ceremony for his golden calf ain't his only massive failure. It's pretty safe to say that his marriage was crumbling, a relationship he made but wouldn't dare to be troubled in. His wife supported his work, always sharing her love with him, but devotion was a notion unfair to his publishing. Unaware of its punishment, he let his marital stool slip, and like an arrogant fool, kicked once the snare of the noose gripped. When his ego needed feeding, she wasn't there to amuse it. He drowned in vacuums of her absence. Technically, air is a fluid. Now back in his study, depression hits as he hears the seconds tick. Divorce summons complement the list of research grant rejection slips. Clearly these are messages. Release his thoughts and wet his lips. He grabs his nearly empty fifth, grabs it by the neck and tips, but all he seems to get is drips. Is that a sign? He bets it is. No way it's less or more. If it wasn't, then why would he entertain the question for? No confusing his conclusion, he can take the stress no more, opens up a cabinet door and grabs some H2SO4. Sulfuric acid. He can't wait to set the score. He prefers impulse to patience. He figured he should write a note so his grim pulse will make sense. How sinfully blatant yet poetically balanced to kill himself with a gallon of his chemical callus. So with regrettable sadness he sees a notebook and closet open. He pauses, frozen. The only thoughts he has are of Newton's laws of motion, the metaphoric value of nature's physical signature, the reaction force, equal, opposite, and collinear. Everything on earth in life has a credible nemesis. Through his death, Socrates paid off his debt to Asclepius. Yes, he made a mess of shit, but this existential exodus indicates the greatness of potential he wrestled with. He believed the meaning of this negative premise is all things strive for balance, whatever the measurement. In terms of his work, it needs refining a sad truth, but calculus-based physics can't teach him how to face critics. But hey, maybe there's a science for that too. Remember, physics will never do a favor for you. As for his wife, he needs help separating the two. Now the stench of his vices come off as woefully fragrant. Laws of motion still apply, even though he seems stagnant. Most interpret adversity and casualty as cataclysm, but nature nurtures it perfectly. Gravity has magnetism. The majesty of bad decisions, parody for reaction. It's easy to say, at least for today, he's saved by the clarity of his passion.